Hi, I'm Tam from howtodrawlike.com and welcome to the Beginner's Drawing Course, Part 3, Different Pencil Gradings. If you've missed the first parts of this course, you can find them on my YouTube channel. So let's get started looking at different types of pencils and what the different pencil gradings mean. So what I've done is I've shaded out the order in which pencils generally come. You'll find that they normally go up to around 8 or 9 H and at the other end 8 or 9 B, and the H stands for hard and the B stands for black, and you sometimes find you get an F in the middle as well, which is a little bit of a mystery what that one stands for. Some people say it stands for firm, some people say it stands for fine, but what the F1 is quite good for is just as a writing pencil. So at the H end, the set of pencils that I've used in particular for this is just a cheap set, but they stop at 5H and they stop at 6B at the other end. So I've started with a 5H here and worked down from the top in each row. So it goes down in that order. So the 5H, we can get quite a dark tone, sort of similarly to the 5B here. But if you notice, this is nowhere near as smooth in terms of the shading quality of the 5B. And the same actually applies for all of the H's until you start to get round to the H at the bottom here. The rest are quite liney in the way that they shade, and that's because the lead is so hard. So these pencils are more ideal for example, architects that are drawing out fine lines on structures and things like that, or they could be useful perhaps if you were drawing an animal and you wanted to put in some fine fur, but if you were wanting to then layer that up, they wouldn't be so good again, but just for little bits of sharp detail they're quite useful. Then we reach the middle here, so H, F, and you sometimes get HB in the middle too. They're all quite good, generally considered for writing pencils, because the lead doesn't wear down too quickly, but they can be rubbed out as well quite easily, whereas these are harder to rub out. Then we come into the B's, into the blacks, and these are usually what an artist will work with the most because they're much softer lead. So as you can see here, as you go higher up the B scale, that the tones get a lot darker, but also not only that, the texture starts to change as well. You can see a bit more texture in the shading, and that's to do with the graphite content in the pencil. It gives that kind of soft look. So you'll find you probably use most of these as an artist, but what I'd encourage you to do is carry out the same exercise as what I've done here. If you've got a sort of a cheap set of pencils, and start with the darkest in the H's and work your way down to the middle, and then work your way back out to the darkest of the B's, and hopefully you'll be able to notice, similar to what I've pointed out here, that there's a significant difference, especially when you reach the 4, 5s and 6s in terms of the types of marks and tone that you'll get with them. What I've done here on the right is I've highlighted the 4 pencils that we're going to use to complete our drawings with. So I've included the H, the B, the 2B and the 4B. So you can see just here alone they work slowly up the scale, and you can notice the tone gradually getting darker in these, as well as the texture gradually becoming more apparent as you work your way down as well. But I'll explain how I will implement these later on in the course. I hope you found this part of the course helpful, and look out next week for part 4. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay up to date with all future course videos and all future content that I release. If you have any questions about this course so far, you can contact me either through my website by visiting www.howtodrawlight.com or through social networking platforms. Thank you for watching, see you again soon for another video, and bye for now.